Hello everyone, welcome to the Lineage 2 Classic Patch Preview. I am Margaret Crone. Since this is kind of our first stream, we'll talk a little bit about who we are. I am the online video and media content manager here at NCSoft for all of our products. And the person you guys probably actually care about is the one, the only, Jason Lieberman. Tell them a little bit about what you do here at NCSoft.
So I'm the Lineage 2 producer. I've been working for Lineage 2 for about 7 years now.
7 years.
Yeah, long time.
And we just had our 14th birthday.
Yes.
Which
almost
is just
15.
Insane. And to kind of celebrate that, we have Lineage 2 Classic coming.
Right. So Lineage 2 Classic, it's a new type of server we're going to be launching next week. It's going back to the roots of the game. So hardcore leveling, hardcore PvP, open world, no instances, and then epic raids.
Yeah. And I think you think back like 14 years ago and you're like, no instances. That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about how Lineage 2 Classic is going to work. I'm just going to kind of give you guys an overview of like what we're going to be doing today. So this is going to be the patch preview. So we're going to talk a little bit about how Classic works, the quality of life improvements, so things that are going to be different from the Classic game that you would have normally have played back in the day, and then also the content that you're going to see, as well as any systems differences, and of course our plans for the future. So that should cover everything. And of course, if you have any further questions or concerns, you can toss them in chat. We'll see what we can do in regards to grabbing them. The chat is going crazy. Thank you. We just saw there's people from all over the world watching right now, so that's pretty amazing for us. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and let's get things started. Let's talk a little bit about how the L2 class is going to work and how you access the servers.
Sure. So L2 Classic is going to be in the same client as our live client that we have now. So if you're playing on our live servers now, you just need to load up the client next week and you should be good to go. There'll be a 2 gig patch and that's it. If you don't have our client yet, you can actually pre-download now and you'll all be set next week as well.
Yeah, and if you do !classic in the Twitch chat, it will give you a link to our Classic website and you should be able to download it from there. Super duper easy. So when you pick your server, you're going to just pick a drop down and you're going to pick the Classic server. And I think you wanted to show that, correct?
Right, so we're going to go in, we have our NT launcher here, so we're going to start. All right, there's our new splash screen.
Don't mind our messy backdrop, all the folders.
And then here's our new loading screen. This is a view of Aiden from Talk Mountain Village. So you can see here we have our live servers here.
Oh gosh, if you guys spam it in chat, then it won't show up. Mubot only works every little bit.
We have our live servers here, and then we have our Classic servers. These are just temporary names for now. We'll let you guys know what the new names are for next week. We're going to go in.
Hop on in.
And we're going to create a new character.
And of course, I think a lot of people have been asking about this, but we are going back to our core 5 races, which is pretty exciting, as well as bringing back their towns. So you want to show off all the races quick?
I'll just show off the races quick. So we're going back to Classic. It's before God's Destruction update, before Chaotic Throne update, Camille update, all the way to the Chronicle update. So you don't have Camille race, you don't have the Earthea race, and you have the original 31 classes. So we're going to go and also look through the races real quick. You remember all of them: humans, elves, dark elves.
My homies.
I love dark elves.
I love dark elves too.
Orcs, and of course the dwarves, our crafters.
Yes. So we're going to hop in and we're actually going to just create a character really quick. Jason's going to do that.
I always pick this hairstyle.
It's so emo. Why?
I know, I like it. That's what I started with. Okay.
I'm like imagining you with that haircut now.
No, it's not going to happen.
No. Maybe we'll get him in a wig one day. We'll dress
Maybe.
up. I'll dress up as a dark elf if you.
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
He's like, no.
I could do dwarf. I get a mustache, a beard.
Heck yeah.
Maybe for
dwarves are awesome.
Maybe for Christmas.
Where my dwarves at? Tell
Santa
us in
Claus.
chat what your favorite races of the 5. We'd love to know. And of course, going back in, we're going to show you guys kind of one of the starting areas for one of the classes. But all of the 5 new ones will be showing up, and players are going to start there. So let's talk a little bit about some of the things that they're going to notice right off the bat.
Okay, so first thing you'll notice, we're back in the old starting zone. With the God Destruction update back, when we went free to play, we kind of combined the starting zone into one and redid the Talking Island Village. Now we're going back to the original Talking Island for humans. All the other races will also have their own villages. You'll have Dark Elf Village, Elven Village, you'll have Orc Village all the way up here, and then you'll have Dwarven Village all the way here.
Sweet.
So everyone will start at their own race villages again.
And of course, one of the things that we wanted to talk about was the removal of the vitality system. So if you want to talk a little bit about that.
On our live servers, we have vitality system that's kind of like a fatigue system for XP. We've done away with that completely. We want to keep it simple, let players level up without having to worry that they're out of vitality. So that's what we've done with the classic server. So we're going to get in. Let me just start killing away.
Yeah, start killing them gremlins.
1 second, I think I need to turn off one setting. Okay, there we go. So now I can attack.
We've got GM powers, so.
Yeah. So this is the, original way to level up from level 2 or 3, killing gremlins in starting zone.
Yep. And of course, while you're doing this, we're just going to talk about a couple different things here. We will go into some obvious things that you guys are seeing right now, but look, we're going to talk about a couple things right off the bat here, which is going to be, let's talk a little bit about the class transfer stuff and skills and whatnot.
So for Classic Server, we're going to be launching with the 1.5 content update. So up to 1.5 back when the game first launched, 14 years ago. Sorry.
I'm like, I'll kill the thing.
You won, okay. So 14 years ago, 1.5 content. Sorry, I lost it already. I'm so into the.
He's a nervous guy.
I'm not nervous. I'm just right now. I'm trying to level up my
We're talking
character.
about class transfer stuff.
Oh right.
Skills.
So up to second class transfer will be available. In future updates, we'll introduce the third class. But like I mentioned before, we're not going to have God Destruction updates for Classic Server, so there won't be a fourth class transfer.
And that beautiful, beautiful level up noise. Congratulations, homie.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that kind of covers that. We'll talk a little bit about crafting. There's not a lot to talk about on that front. But
For crafting, we've gone back to the original, so dwarves can only craft now. They introduced.
There can only be one crafter.
Before they introduced common craft for all races back, I think, in Chronicle 3 or 4. So we have done away with that, so it's now back to the original. Of course, you can still craft through dwarven workshops. So yeah, let me see. I need to get my soul shots and skills. Not yet.
Did you turn in the quest?
There's no quest. That's the beauty of Classic. You don't have to worry about going and completing all these quests. You can just grind monsters and level up that way. It's pretty fun. Okay, let me just put the skill. All right.
And going into the next thing, which kind of ties in with quests, is talking a little bit about the mission system.
Right.
We'll go into more details later, but obviously the thing that we just discussed was that you don't have to follow along with the quest line.
Right, so the mission system is something we've introduced from the live servers where you can, after you level up, you get special rewards for leveling. These are free rewards, you can use them. So level 2, I got some healing potions. Level 3, more healing potions. And then level 4, I'm getting the Scroll of Escape. So I'm gonna kill some monsters here. Some bearded Keltier.
And while you're leveling up, speaking about how you level up and grouping with people and whatnot, let's talk a little bit about parties and how that's going to work.
So obviously I can't show how many people I can have in a party right now, but you can now have back to 9 players in a party. Before with the Goddess Destruction update, we had simplified it to 7 because we had.
You can still have 7 if you want, though.
You can have 7, but if you want to be really effective, you want to have 9 players in a party because we're going back to the original 31 classes. So before with the Goddess Destruction update, we had simplified it to 8, and now we're back to 31. So it's really important that you have certain types of classes in your party: mage, healer, buffer, damage dealers, different types of archers. So it's really important. So I'm gonna go, I wanna kill some LPs. I'm gonna speed this up.
Did you see
a
him?
bit.
He tried to put one in the trash. He's so mean.
I don't like them.
But how can you not like them?
They're
They're
stuff-
so cute.
they're
They're like
stuff-
the unicorns of L2.
They're unicorn bunny rabbits. They're stuff of nightmares.
Which is like awesome.
Here's one.
Both things are awesome.
There's one.
And of course, talking about something else here, if you guys do run into any issues or things like that, I know a lot of people have been, talking about problems that they've seen in game and whatnot. In order to put in a customer service ticket, it's going to be the same route that you would normally, except for instead you're going to drop down and select your classic server so that they know that they know where the ticket's coming from. So make sure that you do that whenever you're submitting tickets. Obviously, right now it's not necessary because we're not launched
Right.
yet. But once we're launched, and if you see any problems or anything like that, they'll be the ones that'll help you out.
Right.
Now, that does not mean bugs or any of those types of things. Those still, the best route for those is going to the forums and letting us know if you come across any bugs or anything like that over there, so that we can
Yes.
address those.
So now,
And of course, we've been gathering your guys' feedback. There's a lot of feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. It has altered the way that we've made Classic and helped us make some hopefully good decisions that you guys will enjoy. And as we launch and as we get further into things, we will be having more updates and we will try to address what we can. So keep giving us your feedback. We appreciate it.
all right, so I think we're going to have a change of scenery here. We're going to go into another character.
Yes. Well, let's talk a little bit about quality of life improvement stuff. Let's move into our next segment. Since we've kind of shown you guys what it is, I mean, we're not going to go through the whole leveling process. You guys are going to go through that. It's going to be fun for you. Next week, we'll actually be playing a little bit, and we'll play with you guys as well so that we can level up together. But the first thing that you're going to obviously notice is, well, let's talk a little bit about the WASDA movement, because we are allowing that to be something.
WSD.
You're actually going to say it. WASD.
WASD.
He said it
Yes.
during our practices. He could not say WASD.
Yes.
So show them how they can turn that on in the settings.
So this is something we had it in the game for a while, but only lately we actually changed how it works. So before, A and D could move the camera while you were going forward and back. So now we've actually added strafing, so you can move like a normal person in with like a regular WASD game. So to do that, you just need to check enter chat, apply in your settings, and then you can move like this. But the game was created with point-to-click in mind. I guess more preferred by regular players. This is for people who are just not used to point-to-click.
Yeah. So if you have a friend who wants to join, but that's what's keeping them from playing, hopefully this will help them come hop in and play with you. So obviously the first thing that you're noticing as we hopped in here, you're showing them the dance moves,
Yes.
is the UI. So we've kept the new UI.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit.
We've
about
taken
that.
the UI from the live service and we put it into the classic server. So we've made it so it's more efficient and more intuitive to navigate. So you'll have you can even look now at your inventory. It's cleaner. You can see you have your equipment, supplies, crafting materials, and other miscellaneous items and quest items.
And you can even see your character from there if you click the little button on the left to.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
You can see what your character looks like, even though you can do that right here too.
Yeah, true. But
Right.
if you're like checking something out. And with that, we also have the auto soul shot that you can see down there above your bar.
This is something I asked for a few years ago to be added when we launched our new server back in 2015. So the soul shot, auto soul shot UI is something relatively new. You no longer have to put your soul shots on your skill hotbar anymore, and you don't have to click on them after you do an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're in their own UI, and then all it takes is just to equip the weapon, and if you have soul shots in your inventory, it's already there. It already activates. And if you want to turn them off, you can right-click on them, and they're off. Very, very simple and easy to do.
Yep. makes it nice and easy. And if you're somebody who's been playing L2 for a while, you've already seen this, so it's nothing new to you. But this is more for a refresher for those of you who are coming back. I saw a lot of people actually in chat when there's so many of you just hanging out waiting, just saying like you haven't played in a while and you're really excited to come back and play through Classic and relive the nostalgia. So hopefully this makes that experience a little bit easier for you. Now that you're walking around, you're showing off the area, we did update graphics stuff. So let's talk a little bit about what things they'll see from Classic versus what things are kind of newer to the game.
Sure. So graphics have gone over an overhaul a few years ago, and we're doing tiny improvements to the graphics with every update. So like soul shot effects, we're reducing how much soul shot damage you're doing, like not damage, but like the impact that you'll see in the sound. So it's not too, I guess, too aggravating when you're hunting. We also added more shadows and...
Oh, don't worry guys, the boob physics are still there.
Yeah, they're still there. Don't worry about that.
I just saw them talking about it in chat.
It's a dark elf. We get it.
Anything else? Well, there are going to be some mobs that they're going to see that are still using older models.
Right. You can still see some of the textures here. Like, look at this. This is a bear. So this is one of the older textures from when the game launched. But obviously, like things that you can see that the Old Mayhem and like mob right here, like he's been improved quite a bit for the texture. And then we have this new settings menu where you can actually adjust all of the details for your graphics. So realistic water effects, you can add HDR shaders, glow effects. So those are new improvements we've made since 14 years ago.
It's been a long time. And obviously we just want you guys to have the best experience, but still get the gameplay of that old school nostalgia that you've had and being able to go back into areas that you haven't seen in a while. So let's talk about, I know that we talked a little bit about the mission system previously, but let's go into more details about it.
Okay, so the mission system, as I mentioned, it's a kind of like an achievement system that you can use when you level up. And you'll get all these different rewards when you level up. In addition to that, we also have weekly hunting missions. So if you hunt, let's say, 150 monsters, you'll get a free XP boost scroll. And if you enchant an item, you also get an enchant box that gives you enchant scrolls, or parts of an enchant scroll that can be used to combine to create a full version of an enchant scroll. And then we have daily hunting missions that have you fish, or you just complete 2 quests. You get all these buff items, and these items you can also buy them from the store as well, or just earn them through regular means, like I said, through the mission system.
Yeah, so that should hopefully help you along your journey and leveling up, and give you some guidance. Otherwise, I think most of us know we just find the area, we plop down,
right.
find a good spot. Hopefully no one else is there farming, and you can level up. That's a good segue. We talked a little bit about how you can get items through gameplay. Let's talk a little bit about the store, because I know that has been a topic that the audience and our community has been talking about quite a bit. I think there's some concerns there, so let's talk a little bit
so
about
let me address some of those concerns. So for the Classic launch, we're going to have mainly cosmetic items and convenience items. That's it, and account services for the L2 store in Classic. So we do have soul shots, they're not tradable. Nothing in the store is tradable. We have buff scrolls, and we have hair accessories. You can even buy a color title. This is one of my favorite items.
Yeah, I always see the people walking around with their colored titles.
There you go. And then let me just buy some hair accessories. The old gatekeeper hat.
You gotta accessorize.
Yeah, I'm a gatekeeper now.
You gotta have the whole outfit though. Her dress is amazing.
Yeah.
The gatekeeper stuff. Yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea of what's gonna be on the store. We're gonna try to keep it those types of things, so hopefully that makes you guys happy. If there are any concerns or things like that, please let us know on the forums. That's the best way for us to aggregate all of your feedback. But let's talk a little bit about some other things. So we have the VIP program, which has daily gifting and benefits and things of that sort. So let's go over
Let's go over the VIP program. Their VIP program is basically like a mileage system, like an airline mileage.
Welcome aboard to the USS Lineage 2.
Right, airlines. So we have 4 different tiers for the VIP program. Each tier is based on how much you've spent. So it's kind of like a thank you, but it's not like you need to spend this amount of money and you'll get all these benefits. Like you have to have it. It's optional. This game is completely free to play. You can earn most of the items in the game that you can buy from the store. So for VIP benefits, you get XP, SP drop, or SP, SP bonus, item drop rate, XP reduction while dying, world chat. This is something exclusive to VIP, so you can chat and do a world chat to everyone, but it's limited to about 3 if you're at VIP level 4.
All right. You want to talk about the daily gift?
Sure, the daily gift. So VIP, you get special gift boxes that you can buy from the store for 0 N coin every day. So I'm just gonna buy one. So there we go. Open it up and you get a scroll of escape, 3 miniature healing potions, and 3 scroll of resurrection.
There you go.
I saw someone in the chat say PvP damage. No, there's no PvP damage on the VIP system. It's PvE only. Yeah.
That's good catch.
Yeah.
And of course, you'll see the little present there for your daily gift. You'll see it pop up, and then that's when you click on the store.
Right.
It's super easy. It'll give you a notification. It's not intrusive either. It's just like a little gift box. You probably saw it before he clicked on it, but yeah. And then of course, moving on from there, let's talk a little bit about the silver coins, and then we'll move into something else.
Sure. Probably too high level to get the silver coins, but basically at level 3 and 4 for VIP, you can obtain silver coins from hunting. And these silver coins, they drop at a certain rate. So you can use them to buy certain crafting materials in the store, but you need a lot of them. It is not like you can earn a few, like you need a lot if you want to buy a certain crafting item. And then we have some really, really rare cosmetic items that you can buy with the hunting rewards. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just find a dwarven bro and get him to make you things. Beyond that, I want to talk a little bit about the packs. So I'm going to bring things over on my screen, and we can talk a little bit about the launch packs. So if you are interested in playing, there are some cool things that you can get. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, Jason.
Okay, sure. So the Chronicle packs, I'm just going to open up, we'll just scroll down. So we have different items you can get with the Chronicle packs. You have an XP SP rune, 30-day in the Chronicle pack. That's something we're not going to have in the L2 store at launch, so it's only exclusive right now to the launch packs. First class transfer buff scrolls, XP boost scrolls, major healing potions, and we have a black gem mask, which we can probably show that.
Okay.
Chronicle rain, so this is a rain that you can use early on in the game, but later on there will be other rains that will replace this item that won't be as necessary to use it. And of course, a Gathian bracelet. We'll be able to equip a special cosmetic Gathian item, and then cheer pom-poms.
Yeah, we're definitely going to show those off in game. So then cheer pom-poms are right there. So this is all on our website. We can hop back over to Jason's screen, and he's going to show you all those things. They're super cute, like the pom-poms are really adorable. But yeah, this is all on our website over at classic.lineage2.com, so if you're interested in checking out that stuff, you can head on over there. I would say to put it in chat, but I think everyone's just going to spam and you're not going to get to it.
So black gem mask here. I'm going to equip our Gathian bracelet and show off a special Seirama Gathian. She's just a little cute.
She's so cute.
I don't even know what she is really.
She's adorable.
Like, looks like a little cat with its own Agathian.
Kind of reminds me of like an Elfie, but like not. It's weird.
So we have
It's a huge hammer too.
Yeah. Banhammer.
The banhammer.
Hear that? It's banhammer.
And of course, showing off the pom-poms and
Oh,
the little
gotta show
animation
off
that
the
you get.
pom-poms.
Yeah.
Very fun. And there's also firecracker skill with it.
There you go. So you can celebrate classic in style. I want to see a lineup of a bunch of people and doing the cheering together.
Oh,
with, like a little music video.
I want to
type
see a
thing.
bunch of people just doing the firecrackers, just going crazy with it, like it's
So you have
4th
to
of
send
July.
us videos. You can send or little clips or something on Lineage 2 on our social media channels because it would be really awesome to see that. Probably Twitter is the best way to send those over. But I think that kind of covers everything regarding all of our quality of life improvements and current game stuff that is going to be moved over to the classic server. Let's talk about the stuff that people want to see. Obviously, we're going to move into content, and then we'll get into some of the system stuff. So first, content. Let's talk a little bit about
Yes.
up to what level content people are going to be able to
So
access.
let me raise our level. Do some cheat commands.
Yeah, we're GM hacking. Also, something to note is that we are on a server, or we're on a build that's not launched yet. So keep in mind that anything that we're showing here could potentially change. There are chances that maybe not everything's going to be exactly the same here, but it should be.
Right.
We'll have patch notes available to you guys as well, so you'll know exactly
Next
what you'll
week.
see.
Next week. So for the classic server, we're going to have up to level 70 for our level cap. We'll have all the zones up until, let's see here, War-Torn Plains. So we'll have up to War-Torn Plains, and we're going to show off a few.
OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, to reiterate some things that Jason had mentioned before, there's no instances, this is all open world. So we're gonna kind of show you some of the things that are coming out. First of all, we're gonna show off some of the bosses that you might
Sweet,
remember
yeah.
and love. So let's go show them
Let me put on hide first so I don't get instant killed.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So-
And then we're also going to hop in and show you guys some of the areas that are super nostalgic. Some of them you can access in the live game, but they're going to look different on a classic, or some of them you can't even access on live, and you'll be able to see them in classic again, which will be exciting.
Right, so here is Queen Ant. She's one of the earlier epic raid bosses around level 40.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna attack her because
Why not? Come
gonna
on.
kill me. Well, at this point I might get a raid curse, so we'll see. Then we're gonna go. She's in Ant Nest, as you all remember, in the Wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hop over to Core.
Farming all the spiders around that area.
Ants, not spiders.
Well, there's spiders around the surrounding
There's a
area.
few, mostly ants.
Close to her place, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In that zone outside, there is though.
And now we're in Kruma Tower. This is the Core raid boss. I always thought this was a pretty funny raid boss. It's just a core, a crystal ball core.
Hey man, those inanimate objects,
Yeah.
they scary.
So that's one of the other epic raids that we have. And then our final one, and one of my favorites, Orphan.
Taking you down memory lane.
She better be here.
I want to see some like stories from people on the forums about
Hold on.
like, their experiences back in the day.
She likes to walk around, so I have
wouldn't
to.
you if you lived out there?
I have to track her down.
All right, track her down.
Where are you, Orphan? Oh, she's all the way up here.
We'll be getting into some of the other things. I know there's a lot of questions in chat asking about specific things, but we'll be showing some of those things.
I can answer some of them quickly. So there will be soul shots for pets, beast spirit shots. That will be also added to the auto shot UI as well. There's Orphan.
There. Oh my gosh.
She's huge.
Yeah, she is.
You hear her footsteps. She's one of the bigger raid bosses in the game.
You have like horrible panning skills.
Well-
I thought Jonathan Lean was bad. You're worse.
Oh my goodness. What? She's in a weird location.
I know, but what's he doing?
Okay, I'm gonna leave the zone. You're making me upset now. Okay.
Now we're going to move into hunting zones and take you down memory lane through those. So first is going to be Alligator Island, which you can access around level 45-ish. It's around that level. There you
Yeah.
go.
Alligator Island.
I remember farming skins here and being like, how come these am I mutilating these alligators so much that they're not dropping me skins?
I just wish you could, craft like a alligator
Oh,
shoes, alligator outfit.
PETA, don't come after us.
I don't care. I do not care.
No! Save the Elfies.
No thanks. We're going to go into Ruins of Despair. It's one of the other early hunting zones around level 20 and 25.
We're not going to go into all the classes and skills because I know there's some people asking about those. We did kind of talk about that a little bit earlier on, but it would just be a very, very long stream if we went over every class and all their skills. But go ahead and continue showing off the area.
Yeah, I'll show off a few other ones. Oh, one of my favorite dungeons, Forgotten Temple. So this is something that we're bringing back.
Skipping ahead.
Am I?
Yeah,
okay.
It's okay. You got excited. I'm cool
Yeah,
with it.
I love Forgotten Temple. I know it's not really, it's more of a fighter hunting ground. So I'm gonna go here. I always love this.
It is really cool.
Yeah, there's like, and now we have like.
I would live here.
Actually not here, but before I think, let me see if I can get a map. Because in the past, like you had to look up and see, oh, where am I? Is there like a map? So someone create like special maps.
Now there's maps.
Not here.
Not in this one.
Not here. I think
in some of the dungeons.
some of them.
Yeah.
Kruma Tower for sure. So we're gonna go Kruma Tower. We were just there, but I like Kruma Tower. So they're asking what main areas will not be available. That's a tough question because there are so many different hunting zones, but I can just tell you like we will have some areas on the map that are for level 70 and higher, but those zones are empty, so you can still explore them, but there won't be any mobs there.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that later about how content's coming when we talk about the future, but let's talk about what's in the game and what people can expect to see.
Go through Kruma Tower.
I guess, are there going to be any places that, I guess maybe the question here is, are there going to be any places in Classic that is not accessible on the live servers currently?
So I already showed Forgotten Temple. Kruma Tower is on the live server, but EG, or Execution Grounds, that was revamped in the live server as Guillotine Fortress. Now it's back to the old Execution Grounds.
That's kind of what you guys are looking for, right?
Yeah. They want to see the old stuff. They don't want to see the new stuff.
Which is perfectly fine. I think that's what the point of this is, right? It's kind of taking you back to the OG classic gameplay that you guys loved, the areas that you farmed for hours and hours and had a good time.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for the question.
I'll show one more zone off. One of my favorite early hunting zones, and that was
the Dark Arts one.
Yes,
Yeah.
School of Dark Arts. So.
Yeah, he does zoom in really close.
Sorry, that's just
what I
my.
meant. That's what I meant by when we were looking at the mobs.
If you want, I can turn off the UI too.
No, but you were like zoomed up on her feet, and I was like, we can't even see her.
Okay.
Yeah, this area is really cool.
I'm just gonna turn on the super speed.
As long as you don't spam the camera too far.
No. Okay.
Killing the skellies.
Yes, you got skeletons and orcs.
Yeah, this area is cool.
Yeah, finally have a map too of it in the game.
It's awesome.
I think we can jump into some systems now.
Yeah, we can hop over to some systems. Hopefully, obviously we're not going to show all the places. Yeah, isn't this place amazing, Twiggy? Yeah, so obviously we're not going to show all the places because it would take us forever, but hopefully this gives you guys like kind of a good teaser and will entice you to come back and check out all the content. There's going to be more, so we'll talk a little bit about that in the future. But let's move on over to our systems. The first system that we're going to talk about is probably going to be the one that's going to take a little bit longer than the other ones, is going to be the fishing system. So let's go fishing.
All right.
I am one of those weirdos who enjoys fishing in games, because like sometimes you just want to chill.
Right.
Where there's some people who just like are like, this is nonsense.
So back when the game first launched, the fishing system was kind of a manual system, and it was kind of a mess, I think. So what we've done with the fishing system now, it's automated. So you can buy a fishing rod from the store vendor.
You hush your mouth, Major. He's saying no one cares about fishing. I care about fishing.
People that haven't played the game in years care about fishing. Okay. I'm gonna buy some bait. Let's buy more. I have enough money. So you can buy your fishing supplies from the vendor, and then we have special rewards if you are fishing. So you now have fish stew. I know this is a question that was brought up, but we have fish stew that you can buy with certain types of fish. There are 2 types of fish, blue mackerel and fresh mackerel.
Mackerel's like real salty.
Yeah.
Like,
so
that's some salty
yeah.
stew.
You don't have to worry about 30 different kinds of fish filling up your inventory when you fish now. So we have the fish stew. These are special buff items that you can purchase with the fish that you get from fishing. And there are also your fishing skills. You can expand your inventory, warehouse, and your trade slots for private stores. And then, of course, we also added some special reward items for fishing. So some scrolls for skills that you can use on NPCs or players. And you also have some Agathians for 30 days. So I'm gonna just go real quick into one of my favorite spots for fishing. And that is Floran Village.
Awesome. And yeah, I heard some people asking when the launch is, and it's going to be October 3rd.
The details for when we'll be going up live are not set yet, but we'll let you know sometime next week.
Yeah, in regards to the exact time, because I know there's some people who are asking about that. But that gives you a good idea of like date-wise.
So this is my favorite spot for fishing in the game. It's around Floran Village, and you can also
Slow pans, slow pans.
Sorry.
You're like jerking the camera everywhere.
I'm just so used to it. So you can see Dion Castle in the distance.
It is a pretty area.
Yeah. Let's do some more fishing here. You can turn off the UI for a bit.
Yeah.
Now this area is close to Floran Village, where all of the PKers and perma-reds are located.
Which is a perfect segue to our conversation next up, which I think we've seen a lot of people talking about this in chat and of course on the forums and stuff like that, but we will be discussing it more internally. But obviously right now the main thing people have been asking about is item drops in PvP. So while we're fishing, we can discuss this very not calm conversation.
Yeah. So this was a decision that was it wasn't it was a very serious decision at the time. We went back and forth for months internally with the dev team and all members of this project. So we looked back at old reports, player threads, community reports on item drop on death. And we just decided that, it's a mechanic that rewards people to grief and train mobs on other players. So we decided that it's not a system we want to have for the classic server. We'd rather have people PvP in open world and not just training mobs on everyone to get their gear. So that, I know it was launched when the game first came out, but it was also patched out a few updates later.
Okay, so that gives you guys your answer. I know some of you are like, no, I want to be able to do that, but that's the decision. So hopefully most of you, it seems like there's a good portion of you also that appreciate that. So it's definitely a topic that has been pretty big,
right?
And it hasn't been something that we just like made the decision lightly. There's been a lot of discussion around that and making the right decision for people and making sure that people have the best experience possible.
Another decision we recently decided to do away with was the infinite macro loop. So that will be removed from the game. Right now in the live service, you can use a macro to automate your macros. Basically, you can right-click on your macro in your hotbar, and it will automate whatever you have in your macro. So you can loop next target, you can loop your attacks. So this is something we wanted to remove for the classic server, especially because we just don't want to I guess it's not part of the Classic server.
All right.
So it's official. No loop macro. There you go.
So, and of course, I know there's a lot of discussion about this going on in chat. If you do have any feedback for us, you can always go to the forums and leave us comments over there. That's the best place to leave us feedback. It helps us aggregate that and being able to present that to the development team. So always just let us know if you have any feedback, and we'll do our best to report that. And you know, that's how you get things altered and whatnot. But yeah, I know that that's been a thing that you guys have been talking about a lot. So hopefully that answers your questions in regards to the macros and the PvP
Right.
stuff. Moving on, we'll talk a little bit about equipments and what grades are currently available in Classic.
Okay, so right now, I mentioned before, it's up to level 70 for the item grades, but, sorry, for the level, but for item grades, we'll be up to B grade. So we won't have A grade, because it wasn't part of the 1.5 content when the game launched. So we're keeping it that way for our Classic launch as well.
Perfect.
I'll show off a B grade set, Abaddon robe. Let me see if I have all the parts. Where you're, oh yeah,
Oh, that's really pretty.
yeah.
People are wondering if the launch packs count towards VIP.
Yes, so with your launch pack, you will get a special VIP scroll, and you can use that to get up to level 3 VIP. If you're a Chronicle pack, if you're buying a Journey pack, you'll get VIP level 2.
And moving on from there, let's talk a little bit about clans and how clans are going to work in the
Sure, so
service.
something we brought over from the live service was the clan reward system. So the clan reward system is something every clan gets when they have enough players. So right now, I'm a level 5 clan. That's the max amount of levels you have when you start for a Classic server. So for level 5, you get up to 40 players or 40 members in your clan. But with the clan rewards, depending on how many players log in, you get a special buff. So this buff allows you to get a really long XP bonus and a PvE bonus. So it's something really nice for clan members that we're doing.
Yeah.
And then for hunting, depending on how many monsters you hunt, you get reward boxes that you can claim. Now everyone in the clan can claim this box. It's not just the guild, the clan leader. So it's a very nice system, and it resets every day. So
Yeah.
a lot of
So
bonuses.
get all your things and get some cool bonuses and enjoy just playing the game and getting some extra bonuses on top of that. Now, if you are used to this, the clan system, there's the ranks in the clan system, and we're not going to be allowing all of the ranks to start with, so let's talk a little bit about
So
that.
for the clan system, we won't have the clan academy in the game. That wasn't available at the time when the game launched, so we're keeping to the same, our same stance on the 1.5 content and making sure that when we launch, it has all of that content.
Cool. Yeah, so you'll be able to go up to rank 5, I believe is what
Right.
we're going to be allowing. So you can see that his is already level 5. And then also you'll be able to declare war at level 3. So you'll be able to do that.
I'm gonna declare
So you
war on
can
Maggie.
No, don't attack me. But yeah, you can.
See, you already exist.
How do I exist? Did you make a character named Maggie?
I'm just kidding. There's
Okay.
no clan.
So you can do little clan battles and things of that sort as well. And then of course, we talked a little bit about the bonuses to hunting and logging in. And I guess that kind of covers most of it other than clan raids.
So clan raids, this is something that's brand new that we've added, but it's later on in the game. It's around level 60 and higher. So we won't have it active at release, but it will be there in the game. So I'm going to show it off real quickly, just so players can see. So you can go, this is one of my also favorite areas, Monster Racetrack. Let me just reduce the speed and go like
I think you
mad
can
man.
access this around like 40, 50.
No, you can, anyone can
down
get to
area?
this area.
Yeah, but like the level,
Oh,
that's that area, the Dion area.
Right.
It's like level 40, 50.
yeah, there is a direct teleport to
Yeah,
get
the
here
gatekeeper,
from the
I think
gatekeeper.
will, yeah. take
So
here
we have
for free.
this new monster arena. And you can see, oh look, Queen Ant's already there. Huh.
Sweet.
Oh, she shouldn't be there. I don't know why she's there.
She's there to battle you.
Yeah. She didn't like that I didn't attack her in her cave.
She's like, oh, you're trying to escape me? I'm coming for you now. Mwahaha.
So arena's not open, but the system basically is like a survival system where you can have up to 40 members of your clan attack a raid boss in the clan arena, and there will be different waves that you have to go through the timer, and depending on
We
how
should
many.
do a stream where we bring in a clan and like watch them do some stuff.
I
That'd be
don't
fun.
know if that's a good idea. I don't know. Can you guys behave on a stream? I don't think
He
so.
doesn't trust you. He has no faith. I believe in you guys. I think you could.
I've been here
I
too
think-
long.
I think you could do it. I've been here too long.
So-
It's true. 7 years of L2.
So there's different levels of clan raid buffs and different stages. So you can see you get special bonuses for recovery outside of combat, and you also get boosts to your XP and SP.
They're all like, he's right. They're like, no, we can't behave.
Right. They know. They know
He's
what I'm
like,
talking
"I
about.
know." Yeah, so that's kind of really cool. And do you kind of know the scheduling of when people will be able to access that?
That's a good segue into our next segment about the content updates. I'm sure everyone wants to know what's going on with our content update schedule and our plans for the Classic server.
Yes. So the next segment that we're going to be going over is going to be the future of Lineage 2 Classic and how things will be released and all of that stuff. Because I think a lot of people probably have questions regarding that. The first thing is going to be just generally, how often are we going to have game updates?
So for game updates, we're doing something very different from our current live service. For our live service, every 6 to 8 months, we'll get a game update from the dev team, and we'll have to localize it, test it, all the works. And then I think by that time, most players are either, they're caught up, or they're just really bored because they don't have any content
Hey,
to play.
Jason.
I'm not being negative here, but I'm talking
You
about
are.
for the current. But
Yeah.
for what we're doing in the future is very different. So we're going to be tailoring our game content updates based on player progression data. So we're looking at, okay, 3/4 of the server is now, level 70. Now we can drop a new update into the game every 2 to 3 months or so. So that's our current plan. Of course, if everyone's still stuck at level 10, that's another.
Well, then we have to address why are people there,
Yes.
right? So on our end, we're always going to, this is something we're doing anyways all the time, is looking at like where our players are, how many people have made it through content, and we're always kind of watching you. We're watching you. But in regards to this one specifically, you're going to kind of help dictate when we're going to be launching new content in regards to how many
Right.
people have completed it and where you guys are in regards to that, so that we're not like adding a bunch of stuff and it's overwhelming for you.
And as I mentioned before, we're on the 1.5 content update. Many times I mentioned it, actually. I don't know why I keep bringing that up. But
It's
the
good.
actual,
You're reiterating it. You're getting it in their heads.
Yes, the actual version we're on is the latest version for the Classic server. So that allows us the ability to drop in updates whenever we want. So it's very nice and something we're doing differently to address issues with content updates coming late. So that's our plan.
So let's get into the specifics now. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the PvP activities and when those would be coming and how we're going to be releasing that. So that is like castle sieges, fortress sieges, and Olympiad.
Okay, so from the start, we're not going to have castle sieges, fortress sieges, and Olympiad active. I believe when the game first launched, like the first castle siege failed and no one could get a castle. If my memory serves me correctly. But so we're going to wait and see, go back to player progression and see if players in clans are getting to that level where they can access the castle siege content.
So once you guys reach that content, we'll slowly start releasing that so you have more PvP type of things to do.
Right.
Yeah. From there, we also want to talk a little bit about clan halls and how clan halls will work. So we won't have permanent clan halls until later after launch, but we will have some provisional clan halls that will be available, and we're actually going to show you one here.
Right. So permanent clan halls can access like I said, we're going to wait until probably a few weeks or at least a month before we introduce the permanent clan halls. So sorry, can't get it. So we're going to go to provisional clan hall. This is probably the only thing in the game right now that has an actual instance, but it's for clan halls only, and everyone in your clan can access it.
You lied to me, Jason. You said no instances.
No instances for hunting zones and raid
That's
bosses.
true. We were specifically talking about hunting zones.
So this is the large provisional clan hall I
Ooh,
bought.
it's so cool. It's
Yes.
pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you get some. If you die, you do still have the XP loss, and you can de-level. But if you were to die, you can have the option, if you're in a clan that has a provisional clan hall, to resurrect back here for less XP loss.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah. So that's kind of a cool thing that will be available, and we want to make sure that we talk to you guys about how that was going to work. But we will give you more information as we launch the permanent ones, so stay tuned for that as we move forward with the content. And of course, last but not least, we have events and how those things are going to work. The first one we're just going to talk about because it's not active in the game right now.
It's not active currently.
So we're going to have an attendance login event. So every day you log in, you will get rewards.
If you log in for 30 minutes every day, you'll get a special buff item or reward item. And we're going to run it for 5 weeks at the Classic server launch. So you'll be able to actually access it by, well, pop up on your screen when you first open the game, but also there's now an attendance check button in the general menu. Of course, it doesn't work, but
it doesn't work on our build right now,
yeah.
but yeah. It
It'll
will work for you.
It will work, don't worry.
Knock on wood. No, I'm just
Yes,
kidding.
lots of wood knocking.
But yeah, so that is going to be like a simple, just little gift for you guys for coming in and hopping in and playing for 30 minutes on the Classic server. So please do so, and it'll be running for 5 weeks. So even if you aren't able to get in right at the first week there, it does give you a little bit of time to access it and get the cool reward. And moving on from that, we will talk a little bit about memorable raid event.
So we have.
We're going to show the NPCs potentially.
I don't think we can show them
okay.
right now. But they're going to be, we're going to have 5 raid bosses that you can fight in parties or solo around certain hunting zones like Ruins of Despair, and they're going to be really big. So after you defeat them, you'll get a special buff. Now this buff gives you 10% to P attack and M attack. After that buff wears off, after 10 minutes, you get a special loot box, and then you can get weapons, armor, and crafting materials. And it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. It's a free event. It's also going to last 5 weeks from the start of the launch.
And I do see some questions coming in here about teleporting and the cost of teleporting.
There won't be free teleports. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe on the live service we'll have free teleports, but not on the Classic server. Yeah.
It's got to be hardcore, man.
It's hardcore. There's no auction house or auction broker either. Private stores, dwarven workshops, the usual.
And of course, let's talk a little bit about future events. So you guys know that during the holidays, we usually tend to do lots of different events and things of that sort. That's not going to stop. We're still going to do that, not only for our live servers that we currently have right now, but once our Classic servers launch, we will also be doing some really cool things for our Classic servers. So you won't miss out on any of the fun festivities. And we'll always keep you guys updated on when that stuff's happening. You can follow us on all of our social platforms, as well as if you just hop over to our website every once in a while, we'll always let you guys know what's going on and what will be coming along the way. And I think we're going to start using a hashtag specifically for Classic so that you guys know when something's Classic related or not. If you're one of those people that enjoys the social media stuff, website-wise, you should always know what's coming to which game.
I see a few questions about multi-boxing. So I've addressed this before, but we'll have up to 3 max clients for the Classic server. It's the same as our live server now. Let's see, catacombs. So there will be 2 catacombs available for level 65, and I think 71. No, not 71. Level 65. Let me see if there's any other questions. You guys got like a few minutes. Come on, pet shots. I mentioned they're there.
Mm-hmm. We talked a little bit about that. That question has come up multiple times, but I'm like, we already addressed it. So.
Yeah.
So people are wondering if they can have 3 live and 3 Classic.
No,
No.
you can't do
I would
that.
assume it would just be
You can't do that.
Because remember that the client is going to be the same, you're just picking a different server. So
Right.
keep that in mind when you're playing the game. And then the song, dance stuff people have been asking about. Dance song time.
Well, it's going to be in the patch notes, so I'll post it.
Yeah, we're still working on some of the details, so keep that in mind that we're going to have patch notes available to you guys and gals and
No
pals.
Ancient Adina, no Seal Stones, Seiken, Biome. They're not going to be in the game for 1.5 content.
And I think we're going to let you guys know about zones, time zones for the servers as well.
Right, so
We'll
we
talk
have.
about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah. So I think that kind of wraps it up for our patch preview. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been amazing. So thank you so much for all of you. This makes it so that our bosses will let's do more streams. So thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you enjoyed this and that you'll come join us next week. We'll give more information about what time that will be, but it will probably be Friday at 11 a.m. PDT if you want to come hang out with us. We're actually going to be hopping into Classic. We'll be playing along with you all and just having a really fun time. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're also going to be doing some fun events with rewards.
Oh, yeah.
So
Check
you'll
that
want
out.
to come check it out. So I guess we'll wrap things up. You guys can follow us at Lineage 2 in all the places. They're a little bit different. So Facebook is Lineage 2, Twitter is Lineage 2, and you can go on our website at lineage2.com, as well as this will be up on our YouTube channel. We've actually been streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So thank you for everybody who has been joining us and watching along. We hope that you have been enjoying our stream. And that'll be over at Lineage 2 US on YouTube if you want to subscribe to that and relive the moments, go back and check something that we talked about. If you have questions or anything like that, because I know we're going through things fast, and you all are asking questions about stuff that we already covered earlier, but we hope that we covered a majority of the things that you guys are curious about. And of course, last but not least, if you're watching here on Twitch, give us a follow here at Lineage 2 US. We will be doing some more streams,
Yes.
and we hope that you enjoyed it. Don't worry about following me, but if you want to, I'm Margaret Crone, and it's super easy to find me. I am the online video and media content manager for all of NCSoft games. And of course, this is the man that you actually care about, Jason Lieberman.
Juji, yes. You can contact me on the forums as well if you have any questions. And I think that's it.
Yeah, don't.
I'm going to throw this.
No, why he keeps trying to murder them. All right, see you guys. I'm going to go save them all.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. No. Oh no.